Hey everybody, it's me, John Ward, and I am back with another Dark Park Film Reviews. And this is number 2 in the current Blu-ray purchases. I noticed that I've been numbering a lot of these things, and I'll probably stop that. Obviously something like, one filmmaker will have a number on it. And like the Dollar Tree would probably still have a number, but the other stuff may just stop having numbers. Since there's so many different ones, I always have to kind of go back and look to see what number I'm at. And so those may stop. I think it's obvious if something is posted that's new, that it doesn't need a number. But for right now, this is number 2 in the current Blu-ray purchases. And on the last video, we looked at 3 Blu-rays. Today, we're going to look at actually 4. And these are fairly new. One is from Zia Records, and 2 are from eBay, and 1 is from, I want to say, Amazon. No. It's also eBay. So Zia Records and 3 eBay. I'm pretty sure about that. I just buy from everywhere, wherever I can find the best deal. So 2 of these films are by the same director, and one of these films has been bashed a lot. And then the last film on here deals with a clueless shark. So maybe that will give you kind of an idea of what film it is. So let's get to this. The first one that I have here, and I've wanted to get this for a long time because I really like this movie. I really like this director. So let me see if I can get his name correct. Denis Villeneuve, Canadian-French director. I believe I pronounced that correctly. I at least pretty close. I even looked up how to pronounce it. Even though his first name looks like Dennis, you don't pronounce the S, so it's Denis Villeneuve. So I think I'm pretty close. I'm sorry if I butchered his name, but you guys know I'm bad at that stuff. But I love his work, stuff like Blade Runner, 2049. I thought was great, and this is one of his first films that I saw, and that's Arrival. And I love this film, and I think it's really good. I'm going to go immediately to the back here. So this right here, this scene, and it says "human" on the board that she writes with the marker. It's great when Trump made the covfefe. I don't know if it's a blunder or whatever it was, because it's one of those few things that he probably should have owned up to it, created a word and copyrighted it, but they put it on covfefe on here for the aliens to read. I did a post on Facebook that said, "This is my favorite scene," and it shows her, and instead of human, it says covfefe. And I love covfefe, and I think it's something, as Trump being a businessman really lost out on covfefe. So coffee mugs, T-shirts, hats. He could have run his last election off of covfefe, I think, and who knows, maybe he would have won. But I thought that was very funny. But I just think this is a great movie. If you haven't seen it, I think you should. It's a little bit of a slow burn, and it's got really good performances in it, and I do like that you really never know technically why the aliens are here. You do, but you don't, and I don't want to say why it is for people who haven't seen it. So I don't want to give that away. So it's really got good performances. It's even got the like the Alex Jones nutbags that listen to too much of this, garbage that Alex Jones spews out and people believe, and then try to go into pizza parlors to find, kidnapped kids. That is even in this, those types of people that work for the military. But it's very good if you haven't seen it. So I highly recommend it. And this is the Blu-ray digital HD copy. And it's got Amy Adams, who I absolutely love, Jeremy Renner, and Forrest Whitaker. So we got all of them here. That's the spaceship, one of many that's around the world. It says Arrival is big, grand, and marvelous, and that's from Newsweek. Tom Shane, very tiny. Here's its side. It's an older film, but I definitely think it's worth picking up, especially if you enjoy this director's work. He also did Prisoners with Jake Gyllenhaal, which is very good. That's one that I need to pick up. All the directors that I've been a fan of for decades are just not doing it for me anymore. James Cameron was number one for a very long time, and he just kind of disappeared to go off and do the Avatar sequels, which I hope it's good. I mean, it's been like 13 years since the first one came out, and I don't know. And then him promoting the last two Terminator movies which were pretty bad. So I don't know. He's kind of gone to the wayside for me. And Steven Spielberg was my favorite director for many decades. And I don't care about West Side Story, and I haven't cared about some of the films that he's come out with recently. So I don't know. It's these new filmmakers that are coming onto the scene, I think are great. Mike Flanagan is my favorite director right now. Absolutely brilliant director. And as far as like directing goes and writing and stuff, I mean, he's Black Mass, which he did, and House on Haunted Hill, and of course Oculus, and he did many other things too. So if you haven't watched his stuff, Doctor Sleep, which was a great sequel to The Shining. And I mean, he's just good. He's very good. He works a lot with his wife in his movies. So, which is something I would love to be able to do, is to meet somebody who wanted to act in my films, and we could kind of do this as a team, as a partnership. So yeah, check out some of these new guys that are out there, guys and gals that are out there. Because they're making really good movies. So on the back here, it says, let's see, Arrival is out of this world amazing. Amy Adams delivers one of her best performances. I think she's very good in this. Over 80 minutes worth of special features. And it does say Blu-ray feature film and special features, and it's really dark. Xenolinguistics, Understanding Arrival, Acoustic Signatures, The Sound Design, Eternal Reoccurrence, the score, Nonlinear Thinking. Oh, yeah, this is a kind of non-linear, which is interesting. The Editorial Process, Principles of Time, Memory, and Language. It's PG-13 for brief, strong language. And this is brought out through Paramount. It's 2016 color, and it's 118 minutes, and it's definitely worth it. If somebody calls this boring and a bad movie, question them. So there's the inside there. Now the next one, like I said, gets a ton of crap. I loved it. I don't care what people say. I really don't. I'm a fan of the series, and this might actually be my second favorite in the series. The movie was going to be made with or without the director, and so she chose to make it because Warner Brothers was going to make it with or without her. And that would be The Matrix Resurrections. And you could say what you want about Matrix Resurrections. I thought it was really good. I think it's incredibly underrated. And I may get a lot of hate, whatever, for this flack, but I thought it was better than the last Spider-Man movie. And I mean, it was nice seeing the three Spider-Mans together. It's nice seeing the different villains. It's all that stuff was nice, fluffy, popcorn movie fun, except that it's directed very boringly. It's not written very well. And but if you just want kind of like a dumb popcorn flick, then Spider-Man, what is this one? No Way Home is the movie for you, I guess. For me, I prefer something like this. I'm more of a science fiction fan or science fiction action fan. I just thought that like Spider-Man No Way Home was it was just poorly written. I mean, they just kind of threw everything in and didn't really think about it. I mean, the lizard is barely used. He's just stuck in a van the whole time. And I like how Lana Warskowski actually put this together. And even if she didn't want to make it, I thought she did a really good job with it. Is it great? No. But I think over time, when people look back on it, it will be looked at as a good movie. And maybe people will kind of switch that, well, Spider-Man was okay, but it wasn't great. And then let's give Matrix, Resurrections another shot. The Keanu Reeves does do a lot of this hand thing, and I did read that that's because he's getting up there. He's just old and he can't do all these action scenes anymore. So we'll have to see how John Wick goes. But that's one of the reasons why he agreed to make the movie was, if he could do more of this, and less martial arts, then he was on board. But I like the whole idea of this. So I think people who don't like it should give it a shot. And I own, you could probably see him. Actually, yeah, it's right back there. You can actually see right there. So there's Matrix, and then there's Matrix Revisited that's in its box set, and then Matrix Reloaded. The Matrix Revelations is right next to that, and then Animatrix is right there. So I pretty much have everything, and now I got the new one too. This is Blu-ray, DVD, and digital code. I do like the cover of it. I wish that they probably shrunk it down just a little bit because it does cut some people off on the sides, but otherwise I think it looks good. And I've always been a big fan of Warner Brothers. Before I got into independent films, Warner Brothers was the company that I always wanted to work for. I just thought that they just brought out a lot of good movies. And I think that they did it here. So like I said, I don't care what people say. I mean, I liked it. So, and it's just nice seeing Keanu Reeves return to some of these roles, like Bill and Ted and stuff again. So here's its side, back. See, there he is doing the thing with his hands. It's a tad bit confusing in some areas, it's unfortunate that, like Hugo Weaving isn't in it. It's unfortunate that, God, I'm blanking on his name. Like Morpheus isn't in it, and how he is supposed to be like a combination of them both, which is weird. I like his costume, but it's kind of weird that he's supposed to be like a combination of them both. That didn't make a lot of sense to me, but I have seen the film 3 times and it still doesn't fully make sense to me. So maybe there's something I'm missing, but it does say, return to the source. You can watch it anytime with the digital code. It is rated R. violence and some language. Let's see here. It's 148 minutes, so yeah, it is long. And special features on this are, let's see, The Matrix transformed into action cinema. The filmmakers have changed the game yet again. Go beyond the code to find out how the cast and crew created the jaw-dropping, heart-pounding scenes in Matrix Resurrections as they take action to the next level. Well, it doesn't tell you what they are. That's kind of weird. It's got its slip jacket, which I love, of course. And it's, yeah, it's the same on the front and the back. Yeah, they actually don't tell you what the special features are. I watched this on HBO Max, so I haven't watched the Blu-ray yet, so I'm not sure what the special features are. But I thought it is disappointing that both Wynorskis didn't work on this, that it is just Lana, but that's fine. I don't think that I would want somebody else in this, directing it and writing it. I do like that Neil Patrick Harris is in this. I thought that was pretty cool. Got that there. This is the thing with the code on it. Oh, digitally wise, you can get the other films. And so here's the movie, DVD and Blu-ray. Yeah, I think people should give it a second chance. I thought it was pretty good. You know, I'll normally be the first guy to rip, a movie. I mean, especially with a lot of fan service and stuff in it, even though I enjoyed Ghostbusters Afterlife, I thought a lot of it was very pointless, especially with the, with the amount of stories that Dan Aykroyd has come up with for a third film. Now the next one here is, also I really enjoyed, but I do like the original better, David Lynch's version better. I've never read the books, so I can't say how close Lynch's is to Denis' version, and that's Dune. And they don't put it on the front here, but it is a part one, because this is meant to be a trilogy. It's based off the first book. And I thought they did a pretty good job with it. And like I said, I haven't read the book, so I have nothing to compare it to, except I can compare it to the David Lynch film. And I did see part of one of the Sci-Fi Channel movies. I'm not sure which one, probably the first one. And I just never watched the second one, because I think they did Dune and Children of Dune. I don't think I ever watched Children of Dune. I might have made it through Dune, but it was just at that time period with CGI that the worms just looked kind of crappy, and it just didn't hold my interest that much. But this I really did enjoy. Oh, look, speaking of Spider-Man. So yeah, I really enjoyed this, and said this is the Blu-ray DVD. It's also got the digital code on it. It says an awe-inspiring masterpiece, Fox TV. I don't know if I would call it a masterpiece, but it's definitely really good. I'm glad I have it, and I'm glad I sat through it. Once again, it's from one of my favorite directors right now. So this guy is just solid. I mean, he just makes good movies. Here's its side, got its back. And I don't think I really need to read any descriptions on a lot of this stuff. It's kind of obvious of what it is. Arrival is aliens, Matrix is computers and what's real and what's not. And Dune is sandworms on a spice planet. So says over an hour of bonus features, including the royal houses inside inside Dune. Dune's a totally different movie. The training room, building the ancient future, designing the sandworm, wardrobe from another world, a new soundscape, and more. Best film of the year, according to Fox TV. Again, they got 2 reviews on here. You got your digital code and how to use it. It's PG-13. Sequences of strong violence, some disturbing images, and suggestive material. It's 155 minutes. Did not feel that way to me. It actually went by quite quickly. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I liked it. So I believe it's on HBO Max. So if you don't want to buy it, you can always watch it there. HBO Max is got some really good stuff going on right now. I mean, I watch Winning Time, the show about the Lakers. That's really good. Great cast. Julia, the series about Julia Child, is really good. And then they have the Matrix films. They got Dune. I mean, they got a ton of stuff on HBO Max right now. That's really good. So yeah, I get nothing for promoting HBO Max. So I just need to watch a lot of HBO Max stuff, and they always seem to have good things. So if you can't afford to buy it or don't want to buy it, you can always watch it on HBO Max if you have it. And then here's its slip jacket, and I think, yeah, except for the digital stuff, they're pretty much the same. Kind of done the same way as Matrix. It's on the other side of this here. So a DVD, Blu-ray. So like on Matrix, you can get the other Matrix movies with for a certain price digitally. On here, it looks like you can get these 4 films for $19.99. Same thing with the Matrix. Like you could get the original 3 movies and then Animatrix for $19.99. This is a Gravity, the first Pacific Rim, Inception, and then Godzilla. Like the first new Godzilla that came out where he attacks San Francisco. Yeah, it's kind of bummed when it ended because she's not in it a lot, but I heard that she'll be in the sequel a lot. So Euphoria, that's another show. Speaking of, she's in that on HBO Max. That's a good show too. Made me glad that I don't have kids after watching 2 seasons of that. It's like, fuck. That's how kids, teenagers are these days. I'm glad I don't have any, to my knowledge. But she's good in it. So this has got a really good cast in it too. So that's worth it. The last one here is the newest Blu-ray that I got. And like I said, it's with a clueless shark. And that is the Recun. And I got this based off of the trailer, and it also has Alicia Silverstone in it. I've never heard of this director. A film by Lee Van, and it could be Kit or Kite. It says terror will surface. We got the big shark down here. And that's supposed to be Silverstone there and her husband. And this is a Blu-ray plus digital. So I put this on late, unfortunately, and I haven't finished it. I think I have about maybe 20 minutes left, 25 minutes left, and the shark still hasn't showed up yet. So I'm guessing it's one of those things where the shark is at the end. But they're a couple. They've lost their son, and this trip is kind of supposed to help the wounds heal. And they rent an expensive, it's kind of like a little bungalow that's on a dock that sticks out in the ocean. And there's a few other ones out there. So you have to walk out like a dock to get to it. And it's actually beautiful. I mean, it looks, I mean, if I could afford something like that, I would love to do it. And a storm hits and rips their bungalow right off and float, and now it's floating in the ocean. And before they get to the shark, they have to go through a whole bunch of other stuff. So they have to, figure out how are they going to eat, how are they going to drink. There's different things that they come. I don't want to, just in case people are going to watch it, especially something for Shark Week. I don't want to give too much away, but like they cut themselves and they bleed in the water. Storms come up. It's so far, it's not. I wouldn't really say it's totally a shark movie. It looks like the shark is one of the things that they just have to battle. And but so far it's not bad. It's okay. I bought it on a whim. I saw that it's a shark movie and that Silverstone is in it. We all loved her as Batgirl. And I watched the trailer and I thought, okay, well, this could be not bad at all. I recently purchased the film Great White, the new movie Great White, not the old one from like the 80s, and thought, okay, well, these would be like a good companion piece for Shark Week or something. Here's its side, and we got its back. It says, "No one will hear you scream." Guess probably because they're out in the ocean. Special features, audio commentary with the writer-director, and making of featurette. So we got Silver. So there's Silverstone there. That's her husband. So here she is by her. So this maybe, I think some of this stuff is I haven't watched yet. So there she is by herself on something like floating. There's a shark jumping out of the water. And then there's Silverstone there. And then there's Silverstone and her husband. So this is, as they're trying to get to something bigger to hold on to. And they see something floating like a piece of the bungalow. This also has the download copy. It's rated R, language, and some grisly images. 1080p. It is widescreen. It's 90 minutes. I'm getting so old that I couldn't even make it through a 90-minute movie, but it was late. 2022, so it's brand new. Lionsgate and Saban were the guys that did like the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and stuff. But it seems like it's not too bad. Yeah, pretty much. And they added credits. That's what the other ones did too. They added credits to it. But I think this is worth checking out. It's Lionsgate, so I'm not really sure where you would see this if you wanted to watch it like streaming. Might be on Netflix or something. What we got inside here? Kind of a boring disc. I don't think Silverstone really acts that much anymore. I think she's retired. So it's kind of surprising seeing her in this type of movie. There we go. All right, well, that's all of them. So let's recap. So Alicia Silverstone, the Recun. I think I'm saying that correctly. So far, I'm liking it. Probably once the shark actually shows up, then it will. I'll probably like it even more. The new version of Dune, highly recommended. Matrix Resurrections, I say give it a second chance if you didn't like it. If you only watched this but not the other Matrix movies, why would you do that? You should watch I would probably even say throw an Animatrix in there, but at least watch the first movie and then watch this. Give it a second chance. I'm telling you, it's better than Spider-Man. I'm telling you. I just hit the table and shook everything. There we go. See, that's how serious I am. And then, of course, Arrival. Not The Arrival, like the film with Charlie Sheen, but just Arrival. Also very good. All right. That's it. So thank you very much. I appreciate it. And probably the next video I do is going to be that Dollar Tree video, the follow-up one, where I had where I showed the bag in that video. That video has almost 300 views, and for me, that is massive. So thank you very much. I don't even have that many subscribers, but I do thank anybody who's new that subscribed. Please, you know, new subscribers, old subscribers, please, thank you. I really appreciate it. Please like, you know, share, comment, you know, watch, you know, I really do appreciate it. And I actually got a third bag. So I'll talk more about that on the next video. But yeah, there's the original bag that I did the video for, and then I had a second bag. Now I have a third bag. So I could probably even do a third, like current purchases from Dollar Tree video coming up. So I'm just amazed that that video almost has 300. It might by now have 300, or at least pretty close to it. But so thank you very much. And yeah, I guess that's it. So thank you, and have a good night. Be safe, be kind, and I will see everybody later. Bye.